It got redirected, or it got terminated.
Redirect? What?
We don't use it no more. The Eastside Mamas doesn't exist anymore, Michael. So welcome everyone to the Eastside Office Hours podcast, episode 1.
Yay.
And we would like to introduce some very special guests, fellow alumni, the Michael Southworth and the Andrew Alvarez of the Eastside Mamas, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Round of applause, please.
Thanks for having us.
So, would you guys like to introduce yourself? Oh, there we go. Introduce yourselves, please.
Well, I like how you introduced us as fellow alumni for some reason.
I didn't get an introduction.
I don't know what that
My
means.
name is Raul Cruz. I also went to this school.
Anthony Gonzalez, Cynthia mentioned, we were the band that played for the show. And now we're here.
I was the drummer.
Kind of the best part of the show almost.
They really were.
Yeah, actually, I would agree, yeah.
No, because I'm egotistical and I go back to watch Eastside Mama sometimes. I go specifically to watch like their performances, like the Persona one or whatever. Dun, 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 dun. That one was so good.
Okay, so, all right, so, welcome back. How are you guys enjoying college?
It's cool.
What about you, Andrew? You never speak about your college life, from what I know.
I just go to class. I eat food, do my work.
You're on your
There's not
studious
much-
stuff, huh?
There's not much to it. Yeah, I stay strictly into the.
What about weekends? What do you do on weekends?
On the weekends, I come back here and I hang out.
Yep, yeah, you do. You don't hang out with me though. What about you, Michael? How's your school life?
I'm in the same boat as Andrew. What were those crickets for?
Gosh, no one cares. No one cares.
Yep, I'm boring, man. I got nothing going on but work. It's horrible. Every day is a nightmare, and I wish I went to community college. But I'm studious.
College is a scam, guys.
Yeah.
I bet they have
Okay,
good.
so, Michael, you said you had a job, right? So, how does it feel being the breadwinner of the family, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what
the
that
only
question
money
meant.
maker of the whole group.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am. Actually, it's not as bad as you would think it is. I work in dining, which means I deal in one of the worst places you could ever work, which is with customers. But it actually hasn't been that bad. I found out I really enjoy working in a kitchen, being busy. But I'm a child, so with my first big paycheck,
Oh, he brought it.
I bought
If you guys
this.
didn't know, Michael is a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. It's so. It comes with sound. Look at it. It's so. It cost me my entire paycheck.
How much money do you
How
make
much
actually?
money?
Like hourly, monthly?
Minimum wage.
So
Minimum
what,
wage?
16, 15, 14?
It's $15.50.
Damn.
That's not bad though. It's minimum. And you guys don't like pay rent or anything, so.
No, we
No,
do.
they do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you do. I forgot.
Yep. We pay rent, meals, eventually taxes. But I don't pay my taxes.
You don't pay your taxes?
No. I work for the school and I don't get taxed for it. I don't know why. I think it's because it's something that is federally funded. I don't
That's
know.
pretty much your money if you think about it.
Yeah.
You pay the school money, they're paying you back with manual labor.
Pretty much exactly that.
Maybe that's why they don't tax it.
No, because they know they're robbing the situation. But it's not that interesting.
How's your money situation, Andrew? I know you got gas money.
I got nothing much.
$7.
I don't think I have gas money. These guys didn't really pay me anything. So
Why
Yeah,
am I
because Michael's the
paying
only
you?
breadwinner.
yeah,
Michael is the
Why
breadwinner.
aren't I paying you?
you gotta pay my guy.
I didn't even know that.
I'm not saying.
If you ask me out on an adventure, that's like it's like if you ask me on a date, you're paying for the dinner.
You asked me if I needed a ride.
What?
You asked me if I needed a ride.
I asked
bro.
all of you. Oh no, you texted
No,
me.
I asked you for a ride this time. Yeah.
If I asked for the ride, I understand. You asked me if I needed it, so I was like, okay.
Okay, next time you're walking then. Damn.
I need to ride
We're
though,
very
Andrew.
inconsiderate.
If you asked, I would have paid you something.
I wouldn't charge you. I wouldn't charge you.
Yeah, we know you were.
So, how does it feel, now that you guys are obviously in college, how does it feel like having your own career or like building up to your own career?
Like, what are you guys' future aspirations? You're going to college for a reason.
I think Sarah has a good answer.
Sorry?
Sarah, the drum of the Eastside Mamas band team, if you didn't know.
I said you probably have a better answer for this because you're very
Yeah,
oriented on your studies.
I kind of went in blind at first
but being a really big history fan, I kind of figured out that I wanted to go into the law aspect. So I got involved with my schools, with ABC's pre-law clubs. Now I'm the public relations officer, so I'm managing flyers, the social media accounts, announcements. And I'm also part of the Law Scholars program, which it's a program that has partnerships with law schools. I think Pepperdine, UCLA Law School as well, San Francisco School of Law. And pretty much the whole program focuses around classes that you would typically take in law school, like philosophy classes, a lot of English classes, and political science. So that's cool. That's what I'm going into.
That's very nice.
It's kind of hard for the rest of us because when you're first year of college, you're not really, most people aren't doing anything related to their major. You're kind of getting the general ed stuff out of the way. I know you actually are taking business classes.
I took one business
Yeah,
class.
so it's kind of, we're still waiting.
Still waiting
to really get into it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even get my first mechanical engineering class until next quarter, and it's one.
Just one class.
A whole year for one mechanical engineering class. Everything else I could have taken at community college. If I had known that, my decision would have been different. But it's it is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got what you got. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
And you don't throw fit. Exactly.
All right. What about you, Andrew?
I sometimes question my enrollment in college.
Why is that?
What are you majoring in again, Andrew?
Psychology?
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. It's a good field.
Yeah,
It's a very good field. Very high paying.
You're
Everyone
taking more
needs
history
therapists
classes
nowadays.
than you are psychology classes.
Well, that's because it's a year round.
I know.
Not like on the choice. But they count.
What is it called, a cluster?
I know they cover G.
It's a cluster. It's a cluster. Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with history classes, Michael?
There's nothing wrong with history. I'm just saying, if you're going in for psychology, every time I ask him about his classes, he's like, oh, I'm doing like the 60s, the Cold War, Russian history.
Russian history?
I'm like, when's the last time I heard you say I'm taking Psych 101 or something?
I'm taking that next quarter.
Did you see? Next quarter.
All quarter.
The last quarter is when we're taking all of our career classes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So much money.
Okay. So now that it's almost been like almost a full year since Mama's ended, is there anything you guys wished you could have seen or you could have done on the show?
Like any unfinished projects
Anything
you guys
finished project?
had?
I know Michael had a full list, like full document, full with like ideas that we didn't get to do, with like outline for every single one of them. But like for the rest of you guys, is there anything you guys would have
Like if there was one more episode that you guys had to make right now, what would be in it? What would be in it?
Or to like fully master the intro song. I think that would have been really nice.
Oh, make it into like a full-fledged
Like a full
song? That would have been cool.
That would be really cool, actually. What about you guys?
You got that?
No, yeah, making a full-fledged song, I still think about it every now and then because, of course, I still play bass, and every now and then I'll remember the times we would play here. I'm like, man, dude, like, that has some potential. Like, that
did
can
have some
really take
potential,
us somewhere. And, yeah, Michael has a bunch of ideas that we could have done. I really like the... I think another episode like the video game, for the esports episode, something like that, but for like the other clubs. Because I know there's cooler clubs on campus that don't really get a lot of recognition. It would have been nice to have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to share out?
What about you, Andrew, Sarah, Raul? Any ideas?
Not really.
I'd say
I don't know. Like my performances were pretty mid in every single one, so
Okay.
just a better performance overall. But I don't really have anything.
I was gonna say, like Anthony was saying, I think we needed to do more art stuff for the art classes, and we also needed a drummer more soon. I think that would have been.
Oh, yeah.
very,
I think having a drummer would like tie to everything else,
Yeah, I feel like that was
Specifically
really,
if the
really
song if the drummer was there.
The game show episode was a lot of fun.
Which one?
The game show where we had them, like it was, I forgot.
The Valentine's one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
Stuff like
yeah.
that was really fun. Having the guests,
events, bro.
having
Oh,
the guests do the.
Oh, and the St. Patrick's Day one. That's still our best
You play the
episode.
thematic music,
Yeah,
bro.
that was also really cool.
Lucky Charms.
That's so stupid.
And Hard do you think at all? I remember that script.
Yeah. No, and I remember we were like, we gotta talk about something before we actually walk up. And then you had told me something like you were gonna make it to something we'd planned, and I was like actually like grilling you about it before whatever, and you were like, I thought we weren't gonna talk about this.
We're like a married couple.
Yeah, that's because we are.
Naeem, do you miss us?
No comment. Next question, please, Isaac.
All right, this is the question. All right, so you guys obviously had like a bunch of time here in the Eastside Mamas. How has the Mamas impacted you? Like,
Did it change you in any way
change
whatsoever,
you?
like at all?
or was it just nah?
No.
As a fun little side project, was it for you guys, or was it like a
It kinda helped me
revolutionary?
get out of my comfort zone and being a lot more involved.
I don't know, Andrew. I feel like you experienced a really big change from it, you know, being part of it.
Yeah,
Because you guys needed a drummer really badly.
I was thinking about that right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
would, but what was I gonna say? Like Sarah said, I think I got more confident in terms of being on camera and speaking out. And if Sarah wasn't recruited as a drummer, I think I still would have met her and stuff. So
Instead. It's adorable. You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, it was like I've always been pretty comfortable talking to people, talking to a camera. But the one thing that it helped me is like before Mamas, in terms of my confidence and my ability to play, right? I didn't think I was any good, and then so being able to play in front of people, and then, that was really good. So like not only did that help me like in my playing, but it's just like it's nice confidence boost to know that people like what I do, people like what we all did, and it's like you get a little down, you feel like you can't do it. You remember that, and it's like we've done something good, so it's really nice to look back at.
Motivating.
I know you have a lot to say, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious. I probably took the most out of this because I feel like I was always confident in performing or like being public speaking, I guess. But seeing yourself on camera is a totally different thing. And while I was comfortable with it, it's a kind of a learning curve of like growing into being on the camera or learning to be less stiff. Because when you see yourself on camera after the fact, you notice a lot more things about yourself, or like nervous tics, or the way you stand idle like an NPC when like someone talks. It's like there's awkward stuff that you don't notice you do until you see it on camera. And then of course I found like I really enjoyed making videos, doing creative stuff that I enjoyed like watching as a kid. This is stuff like I would watch. So yeah, I found a really cool creative escape, and I'm still proud of it. And it still makes me want to edit videos even today. Like every so often, I mean, I don't have the time, which sucks. But every so often, I go back and I try to edit something small that, whenever I'm inspired. And even now, I'm hoping to minor in film.
In film?
So I take my first acting class next quarter too, along with my mechanical engineering class, in hopes to get my minor soon.
Nice. An acting class.
Are you gonna plan to do anything? If you do have the time, are you gonna do anything else at Riverside? Film wise.
This is cool. Oh, I applied. They have a short film club, and all they do is they make short films.
Who is that?
What are we watching?
I don't know.
That's Lawless on Mamas.
That's Eastside Mamas.
Why is that the first thing that pops up?
Can you even see the screen in like the recording?
No, you can't see, but I'm gonna just.
To our listeners on Patreon and Spotify, we have a little screen right here.
Patreon? Okay.
The prom highlights is up there. Okay.
I don't remember. Prom highlights. I still don't have that prom footage. I wish I did.
No? What happened to it?
I don't know. I remember one time when I came to take everything on the hard drive, I put it on some computer. Can't find it.
Gone.
I wish I knew where it was. Oh, there it is.
Playlist?
Yeah.
Oh, we do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mamas, do you guys have a favorite moment from the Mamas? Like a specific?
You guys want to rewatch right now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not. Okay, what kind of is? I was going to say the behind the scenes of them doing the intro.
The intro.
Once we had Sarah on board, that was awesome to see.
Yeah, we were in the God. Oh yeah, because we were in the bathroom and we heard it through the
You
walls.
were in the bathroom.
I know. I was with you.
So, no,
It was
I
both of
wasn't,
us.
I was in the room.
No, it was both of us. We ran in.
No, you ran in. You were like,
Both
I
of
heard
you
it through the
guys
door.
ran in.
That was so awesome.
I thought both of you
It's
guys.
definitely both of
I
us.
was in
How do you forget that you were there?
I would remember.
You both ran in and you guys were like, what? Wow.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
No, I was in
No, we were talking in the bathroom about something.
No, you guys are no.
How are you the only one that doesn't remember that?
I remember.
Okay, he has the best memory out of all of us, but I guess it's failing him that. Oh my god, that Minecraft intro is still.
Alright, so you have the intro here.
There's the bell for the students to leave. Sorry if there's noise.
Oh my gosh.
Default Steve. No, dude, I remember. You still have that jacket?
What question are we on?
I forget Alan was on the show. Wait. There's so much going on in the background.
I really like these performances, you know?
Because remember, the final episode, Raul went home, and instead of Raul being there for the recording, Alan took his place. He just put on his jacket, pretended to be shorter, and recorded it for Raul's place.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Raul's not in there.
Yeah, and one of the last episode.
The last episode?
I think it's the intro, yeah. I love the intro, by the way.
Oh yeah, he just.
Made it unnecessarily sad.
Oh, this is the first.
Very
episode?
nostalgic, you know?
Oh yeah.
Clips from all the other episodes, you know?
Oh my God, your hair, Michael.
I know. That was the best my hair looked. Not this one.
How do you guys feel watching this? Is it nostalgic? Or is it like
Is it like embarrassing to look back
embarrassing to look back? Are you guys happy to see
I
this?
think it's cool to look back.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little embarrassing.
on? I mean, this was like a good part of your life.
Yeah. I look back at it very fondly. This one's the most embarrassing.
That's Alan. That's not Raul.
I didn't even notice.
That's Raul.
Looks so similar.
Why did you
Get
go
into
home
his
then?
eyes.
You just went home?
Yeah, I remember I took off my jacket and gave it to Alan. I was like, here, try it on. You know, Raul always has a denim jacket on. And he was like, no, I think it's going to be too small. So when he finally got it on, he's like, let me put my...
He put his hair down, and yeah, we did the intro.
Okay.
I like the ending of this episode.
I think, yeah, actually, I really like the ending of this episode too.
I had this one's for you, Isaac.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did see that, yeah. And it's a shame I couldn't do an official continuation of the Eastside Mamas, but you know, this is it, bro. This is the
It's
podcast.
even better.
Yeah.
It's even better.
I like the setup, yeah.
What is this song called again?
Campus.
Campus.
Look like a. Oh, I'm wearing the same shirt. Oh, I love that
You know
episode.
those like rom-com movies where like a husband makes like a little clip of his wife?
His dead wife.
This is what, yeah.
It's
It's like Michael and Andrew.
Oh.
Aww.
Who's gonna die?
That clip with the camera is like off. Oh.
Oh, this is when I start shows.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, that interview. Oh my gosh, I love.
We're wearing masks and damn, bro, all the NPCs are in here.
This one is so awesome. I love that video.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah. Oh,
That's cute.
That was the whole. I think that was show.
I love this clip.
What? Wait. What? That's
What? That's me?
Should I rewind it?
wait.
No
Look at those little chubsters in the background,
Yeah,
man.
The first Friendsgiving.
Look at
yeah,
that.
Yeah, let's provide context.
This is the first Friendsgiving we all ever had. This is freshman year. And
is, right?
yeah, freshman
Oh,
year.
wow.
And the Atomic Wings had just came out at Wingstop. So we're like, let's go try them out. How many of us were there? Like 12, 13 of us?
The one in the
Yeah.
back with the fade.
Yeah,
little
it was
chubby one in
so
the
long
back.
ago.
With a comb over.
Oh, you know what I think would be a really cool story? Did we ever tell the story of how the intro got created at first?
How did the
I
intro
don't
get
even know the
created?
story.
You don't? I don't think that's ever been said.
No, I don't think you have. It has.
The first episode we was the second or third. It was the Christmas episode. Was that?
Yeah, that's the first time.
We performed.
Yeah. Was that the third episode?
Yeah.
We go on for the third episode, and the only thing we had rehearsed was the song. What song was it? The Carol.
Yeah,
Carol the Bells.
Oh yeah.
That's the
'cause
only
it's
song that we had
Christmas
known. And then I think it was either Gonzalez or you. They're like, hey,
Play the intro.
do you guys have an intro? And we're like, what intro? And they're like, yeah, like just like a quick, like couple second intro. And we're like,
No.
yeah, sure. And then so we had like a few minutes. Like I think we had
Improv. Bro,
yeah,
for
like maybe 5 minutes to just start off and create an intro off just off the top of our heads. And Raul started playing. I started playing, and that's how the intro started, just on a whim.
And then we clicked.
Yeah.
Damn, that's actually so crazy. I did not know that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that happened. Man, yeah, it was so scuffed at the beginning, but it was beautiful. That third episode sucks in retrospect. I mean, but it's great because it's the first one on that set, and it's the first time we tried doing anything like that. But like the jump from the third to fourth episode is like major, because is the fourth one Valentine's?
I think it might.
No, the fourth one is when we did the what's it called? Are you smarter than the valedictorian one?
Oh my, yeah, it is.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's because we
The interview
interviewed
episodes
Lexi
were fun.
and Crystal.
You guys want to know something?
What?
When I was with Crystal, right, and you were asking us questions, this whole time, Angel was like telling us what the answer was, right?
Yeah, I know. I found out after I lost my money.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I was like, I didn't know anyone would know those Alaska answers, but
We're like, let's see. Angel was like, you asked us right. You're like, all right, what is the largest ocean ever, right? And then Angel is over here like, Pacific, Pacific.
Yeah, it still made for a good video.
It did make a really good video.
But the best part of that video is asking the people on the street, and there's so many bad answers, so many terrible answers, but it was so funny.
Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't put it in, but you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so do you guys think that if people had the opportunity to do something like this, should they?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's
What about you? What do you guys think?
If they can find people willing to do it, absolutely.
And like it could even be something simple. It doesn't have to be like anything exaggerated.
Because there's still a lot that they could do. Like imagine like a bunch of stuff that we wish we could have done. Like who's to say they someone else can do it? It doesn't have to be us. Well, it can't be us, but there's still so much that is left to cover, and so many like cool things you can show. Like I had the idea. Don't we have a ceramics class?
We do have a ceramics class,
Get people from there. I remember wanting to take that class, but I never did. Get some people on there.
Yeah.
Get like a competition. Get people to bring in stuff they've made. There's a bunch of potential left that I think
an
it'd be
art
cool.
show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to get something like that on the YouTube channel, but I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone's willing to.
I would say that
Well-
just goes back to what they previously said about being involved with other classes and other clubs. That would spark like a really big opportunity for a lot of people. So, I
So
think
would you
that
guys like give any advice to anyone? You know, say I want to start a YouTube channel, like right now. What's some advice you guys would give me when I'm starting off, struggling, getting views?
talk to the teachers. The teachers are the ones who know the students the best. They know like which ones do good work and stuff. So
Get yourself a good editor.
yeah.
I wouldn't even say that. I'd say just go for it. Like, just because here's the thing, you are always going to hate your first episode or first whatever you do. Like if I so I'm saying just like film whatever you want to do, whether it's like gameplay and it's like a crappy screen recording of whatever game you're playing, post it on YouTube. You're probably gonna hate it, and you're gonna look back and it's gonna suck, but you're gonna get better at it. And I think if you just have fun with it, as long as you enjoy what you're doing and you have a drive to like get better or to try new things, don't go into it like expecting something big. You know, you can't go into it being like, I want to be the biggest YouTuber or I want to make this my career. Do it because you love doing it, and then maybe the rest will.
Okay.
Am I recording?
Well, you know, I don't know how much I'll say, but let's just go into some silly questions.
All
All right.
Some real silly goose questions.
You can ask this one first.
All right, so This is a very important question. Say you were in a 1v1 boxing arena, Michael and Andrew. First off, out of you two, who do you think either would win?
Andrew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew? Do you think you would win?
Wait, what?
Do you
Do
think
you
you
think
would
you would
win?
win in a fight between Michael?
I've like Michael's got some experience. I don't know. I guess I'd say I gotta believe in myself.
So what about you guys, Anthony, Andrew, Taylor? Who do you think would win in a 1v1 pro boxing match,
Anthony
UFC
or-
style?
No, these
Michael
two,
versus
yeah.
Andrew to the
I
death.
think Michael wins.
Michael would win.
Thank you. for
Andrew
that support.
literally barely learned how to throw a punch recently. Like he used to cover his eyes
What?
when he threw a punch. He doesn't know where he's throwing
Oh
it.
my god, I forgot about
He
that.
doesn't know where he's throwing his punch. There's no accuracy.
I just feel
Fight
like
my brother.
I'm just
Yeah,
not.
you did fight
I'm
your
not
brother.
sure Andrew really has it in him to hit Michael hard.
Shit.
Michael has it in him to hit Andrew hard.
Wait, but I think let's just assume bloodlust did that. Okay, Michael Dubbington. in my
Yeah, Michael
opinion.
wins.
Yeah,
I
you guys are
bet on
responsible.
Michael. I think Michael.
You think
Okay.
Michael wins or you
I
got?
feel with what you're saying.
Alright, so next question, guys.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys were a rapper, what would your name be and why?
Sarita.
Sarita?
Yeah.
I told you. I literally told you.
No, a couple of my
NPC.
friends that I made in college call me Sir Tony.
Sir Tony.
Sir Tony?
Sir Tony.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right, what about you guys?
Going off of
Drippy Drew, come on.
Drippy
Drew.
Drippy Drew?
I can't
Triple
say
D.
I can't say the triple D.
Triple D could work.
Fill in the blanks yourself, you guys.
Those are better than what I had.
Well, I guess not, no.
Triple D.
Triple D?
Triple D.
All right, what about you, Ro?
I don't know actually. I don't have like a nickname.
No?
Yeah, you do. I call you it all the time.
What are you talking about?
When we're on those parties together alone.
Yo!
Say what it is.
My Raleigh Coon. That's his rapper name, actually.
Little Snookums.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't really have a rap name.
Me neither.
All right, so say one of you guys went to jail. What would your friends think you went in for? All right, what about you guys?
Andrew probably like forgot to do his taxes
No,
or something.
I'd
Yeah,
say Andrew's
accidental
like
tax fraud.
A chase.
A
That
chase?
makes sense.
Accidental
Accidental tax fraud or a chase. Yeah,
chase?
like
Like a car
pursuit.
chase?
A
Drunk
pursuit.
possession.
A car's like an OJ Simpson.
Like
car
they're
chase.
chasing after him, but he doesn't notice, and he just keeps on driving down the highway.
He's like, man,
And the
that's
next thing you know, there's
crazy.
like 50 of them, and there's like a road stopper, spikes on the road.
It would be that hard.
It's real busy today. That's
You're
crazy.
probably drug possession.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Or you got into a fight.
You want this to be the final question, Isaac?
All right, let's see.
Or do you think I have time for like two more?
We have time for a
What do you
little
think
more.
I'd be?
All right, so
What do you think?
tell us about an embarrassing moment in your life.
Oh yeah, what's something you've
Yeah.
never told anyone
Embarrassing
that you
moment?
dread with all your might and say to the camera?
Oh.
An
This is safe
embarrassing
space,
moment.
guys.
Michael,
This
do you
won't be a
remember? I
table.
told you one about when I was in like second grade.
The only one watching this are you
about
guys
a
probably.
book in class.
No one watches this,
I don't know
but
if you
us.
remember. You're the
Oh
only
my God.
person I've ever told this story to.
You're
but
right.
I'll tell it now. We were in second grade. We were the teacher assigned us a book, like a really short book to read, and she was like, "Oh, just read up to page whatever."
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sitting there looking at. It's not like a picture book. It's just a regular book with the page numbers on the right corner or whatever. And I asked my teacher, I'm like, "Hey, how do we know when we get to the page we're supposed to read?" And then she goes, "Oh, so if you look at the top, there's a page number." And yeah, yeah. No, like I was sure it was like second, third grade, but that's the like. I walked out. Like that was the walk of shame, just because I felt everyone calling me, stupid. Because I felt everyone's eyes looking at me. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I actually asked that question out loud. But that happened.
I don't know. It seems like a good question. You know, you said you were what, second grade?
It was second grade, but
I think I've done worse.
the
than
page
second
numbers
grade,
were
man.
really big. They're in the corner.
I can't think of a moment because I embarrass myself all the time, but it doesn't bother me.
But like, what's like your biggest embarrassing moment?
I
What's
really
something you
can't
like
think
go to
of it.
sleep at night and keeps
You're
on
like,
appearing
I
in your head?
can't believe I did that.
I'm trying to
I don't think
think.
I have anything like that.
No?
Yes, you do.
No.
You have one, Sarah? Are you willing to share?
It wouldn't be appropriate.
Oh.
to share, yeah.
We'll have that one on the
But like the
exclusive
majority
paid
of them,
version.
they're not appropriate.
What are these random sound effects? I hear kitchen nightmares. What?
My fits were whack, that's all I can say.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I have one. Actually, I have a moment where I got humbled
By Cleveland?
It hurt. Yeah.
Yep, we all know it. Everyone knows the story.
Do they?
I think so. Is
I'm
it
lying.
the student portfolio one?
Yeah.
Student
The
portfolio?
first time I did it,
Everybody knows about this.
and without getting into too much detail, she tore me apart. But like on a you know presentation level, like criticism, but on a personal level too, like she's like, I'm so glad it turned out like such crap because you're always so cocky, you're so egotistical, and you need to be humbled. And I was just like, man,
That's
that's
character
crazy.
development.
Yeah, but guess what? I had the best portfolio defense.
Mine was pretty good actually.
Mine was pretty good. Yeah. Naeem
Mine.
almost got what's it called? Distinction.
Distinction? You almost got distinction?
I was one thing up because of a spelling mistake.
Yeah, it was a spelling mistake. Yeah, and
man.
literally me and Naeem, right? We started reviewing his presentation before presentations,
Yeah.
and we were going through his slides, right, trying to make sure there were no spelling mistakes, no nothing, right, and like the smallest thing passed us.
Yeah, it was partners was misspelled as Panthers. And obviously it won't detect it as a like spelling mistake because it's not spelled wrong.
Man. Hey, but I mean, that's still,
Yeah.
that's really, really
probably
high.
got better
So,
than me.
hey, I'm proud of you.
What did you choose?
Community collaborator.
Oh, cause that's what I did.
I think that's what I did too.
pretty
What
good.
did you choose?
I think I chose
You look like a creator.
Creator?
not creator.
Not many people.
I think I started doing creative, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do this.
Communicator?
Gomez, what did I choose
what?
for my portfolio? Collaborator, communicator,
I
collaborator.
tried to get you to do global citizen.
I started doing Global
You
Citizen. It
integrated
went
that
bad
in,
like
but
instantly. I
think you did
restarted.
communication.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe I
good.
should have done communicator.
You could have pulled up. You're one of the few people who could have pulled off creator.
Listen to mine.
Yeah.
Creative?
I was listening to mine.
I could have. I don't know. All right.
So- It was nice to have all you guys on. You know, how do you feel being back, real quick? Do you even enjoy it?
Yeah.
Can we call out Cleveland for not being here?
Yeah, you
like,
can actually.
That's like part of the reason why, at least I came here, and she's now here the one day we're here.
That's
Come on,
unfortunate.
I only came to see Naeem, so we're good.
Thank you,
I was
Raleigh
hoping
Coon.
to see Mr. A, the choir teacher, but I found out they're out in San Francisco for a competition, so
Dude, that
I
guy's
applaud them for
scary.
them. Mr. A?
That guy scares me.
Why?
I love the guy.
All right.
But I feel like if I performed wrong in front of him, he'd like throw me through a
No,
brick
he was
wall.
actually
So
very
it looks like we'll
Yeah.
have to wrap this up.
No,
We're
he's-
getting
he's-
kicked
he's
out. We're
amazing.
getting
He's a
pressed
great
by
guy.
Mr.
Seems
Gonzalez
like
over
we're
there.
out of time.
Gonzalez, you pressing us?
Yeah, we're running short on time, so everyone
Running
say
short on time?
goodbyes. We appreciate you having on.
Glad to be here.
This is bye everyone.
Just any
This is the
camera.
show.
This camera.
Well, well, well.